Wellness Week Live. Magnus, me. Here we go. Okay.
PG Anthony, let's roll.
Right. That's right. Hey, we're two friends. We're not giving medical advice. We're just talking. Hey, don't forget, like and subscribe. Booyah, booyah. Okay, folks. It is sports season is in high volume now. We got baseball and football, and this guy Aaron Judge, I think his name is. He's gonna close in on Babe Ruth, or he beat Babe Ruth's record or whatever. So I thought to myself, what makes a good coach? And Magnus, you've played sports your whole life. You played professional sports. I've played sports my whole life. I've coached. I also coach now tennis, on top of being a DJ. So a coach is essentially a teacher. So Magnus, in your opinion, from your life, what were one or two or three things that you saw in coaches that you liked? What makes a good coach? Because there's a lot of shitty coaches out there, but there's a lot of good coaches. And you know what? Unfortunately, in America, you don't go to coaching school. It's like if you have a good coach, most of these coaches, they're good people. They're volunteering for free. Most coaches, they're not getting paid. And if they are getting paid, my point is there's no real. You don't go to college to become a coach. Maybe phys ed teacher, but there should be a coaching school of some sort. Maybe there is. I've never heard of it. But so most coaches learn on the fly, which is good and bad. So what makes a good coach in your opinion, Magnus?
So a couple of, or like I have several things, but let's narrow it down a bit.
Yes.
First of all, that they're knowledgeable. So and also that they're able to or how should I say it? They're able to move their knowledge to someone else. So basically that they're able to teach someone something, which comes down to a lot of things. And these are the important stuff. We're kind of like soft skill, relationship building, super important, communication. And with communication, the key in communication is listening, not talking. Because you have to listen to your players or whatever it is and kind of understand what they're in need of and then provide it for them. And and it comes down to a lot of trust. I mean, I'm like, I can't start trusting you straight away. I mean, yeah, this is the best coach in the world. Okay, says who and why? I mean, we still need to develop that relationship between the coach and the players or the clients or whatever we're having.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think for me, and when I coach tennis, I have a tennis coaching business, and I've coached football, American football. I've coached wrestling. I was a head coach of wrestling for high school. Anyways, now I'm not saying I'm the best that ever lived, but I try to emulate who are the best teachers, really. And you hit on something. You have to have knowledge, but equally as important, you have to know how to deliver that knowledge, because you could be the smartest person on earth about a subject, but if you don't know how to deliver that to people and make people connect with it, you're useless. So, so that's what I try to do. And I also think a level of humility. I think your coach, you're not Jesus Christ, so I think a coach's job also should be a cheerleader. You should edify and lift up your players and not, shit on them and demean them. If you got a problem with a player, can I talk to you privately in the office? Thanks. And then whatever. But I think not all coaches, but there are some that, again, they haven't been trained. They don't know. But yeah, so I try to always, when I coach my kids or adults in tennis, everything that comes out of my mouth is great job. You're doing great. If it was a bad shot or something, I say, it wasn't so great, but I don't say, that sucked or that's bad. I don't yell. I don't scream. I don't demean. I want them to be uplifted. I'm not going to bullshit them either, but I will say, okay, well, we're going to work on this, but I'm not going to say that sucked. Oh my God. No, we got to work on that, so those have been the best coaches in my life too, who were knowledgeable, who led by example, or have led by example. Like, if you've never played a sport in your life and now you're going to teach me how to play whatever, like you said, I don't know. I mean, but
I think again that is up also to the person to build relationship, because at the end of the day, you can have, for instance, like a lot of, like in the fitness industry, it's like people kind of judge you on how you look and all that.
Right.
The thing is, like, you don't know, like, if you don't really kind of interview the person and kind of get to know them, that coach might be a cancer survivor or been through a car crash or whatever, but they have a lot of knowledge that they can provide you with and help you kind of level up.
Yeah.
So but again, it's super, super important to build that up, that you actually you walk the walk, like you said, it's not just about talk.
Right. You gotta have a command presence. I think you can't be pushed around. But I think if I get some kids that I work with and, they're kids, or young adults, they're humans, and maybe they try to press my buttons and try to challenge me. Yeah. And so my thing is, I'm not going to yell at them. I'm not going to be like, you better do this. I'm like, hey, look, you don't want to do this, then, please sit down. And when you're ready, you can come back in. Yeah. But you're not getting my goose. You're not going to, some coaches might yell and scream and, oh, how dare you disrespect me? Like, you're not going to, you're not, if you disrespect me, then again, I'm going to pull you to the side in the office, or I'm going to say, hey, we can't work together if this is going to be like that. Yeah. And if maybe you don't want to work with me, fair enough, but you're not going to be coming in here every week disrupting. So I think you can be tough, but with a soft touch. You don't have to yell and scream and throw stuff. And I've been there in those toxic coaching situations with other coaches, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh boy, this guy's got it wrong, man. Like, again,
that's a lack of communication. You are not communicating in a way that you will probably increase your players playing skills, that they actually develop. Because I think the fear and kind of the old school coaching is dead. Yes, you need to be firm, but you can be firm with some kind of be nice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to put your foot down. You have to raise your voice. But if you do that constantly, no one's gonna listen to you.
And you certainly can't be grabbing people and hitting. Like when I grew up in the '80s, like coaches would hit us, and so, I mean, I laughed, but it's not good, But now, obviously, you can't do that. But I don't think you should be yelling either, or certainly not shitting or demeaning on a kid or a student or a player. I think you can be tough. Like I said, you can be very, very tough. Like I said, if someone's disrespectful to me, hey, you're not coming on this court again. We'll talk later. Or I'll call you on the phone. Or, but you're not gonna. And I think when you show people respect first, for me, it's like I think you have to, respect them first, treat them like humans. And when you do that, you're never gonna have a problem. But when you come off like you're so tough or you're cold, and maybe that's your personality, but again, it doesn't. I don't know. I think when you know what you got, you don't have to be an a-hole of a coach.
I think so. Here's one thing that I think is important. I think that the player or client needs to know that you care. You care about them. You want them to become better. You want them to evolve, and you want them to succeed. And hopefully, they become better than you ever were. That's kind of what I'm striving for. I mean, I want my clients or coaches or players to be better than I ever was.
Yeah. Like I said, and we're coming down to about a minute, but I mean, final thoughts. Yeah, I agree. And I think, again, sometimes coaches do really kind of gratuitous punishments on kids. I'm not saying physical, but I don't know, I have a friend that, their son, I don't know, wasn't paying attention that well in Little League Baseball. And the coach, suspended him for 3 games. I was like, really, dude? Really? 3 games? Come on.
That's play. I mean,
right. I mean, the kid wasn't hurting anybody.
In high school, college, it's or whenever. I mean, it should still be fun. You may need to make it fun. You want the kids to come back. It should be challenging, but it should be fun too. I mean, and you need to teach several things, teamwork and being on time. And there's so many things that the player can do too. You can actually give them certain rules that doesn't cost anything. It's just being a good teammate or being a good player or being a good client, whatever it is. And I think that people, if you put a little bit of good pressure on them, what is expected, they will definitely your partnership or whatever we're supposed to call it will become so much better. Yeah. But that's I think that's important that you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So you have a communication and you paint the picture on what is kind of what we demand out of you, and what you can receive from us.
100%, 100%. Magnus, you're right. That's our 10 minutes, buddy. Anything else you wanted to add before we wrapped it? We wrapped it up, but anything you wanted to throw in real quick?
If anybody's interested in one-on-one coaching, nutrition, training, things like that, hit me up.
That's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Magnus. Tune in next week or next time. A lot of great shows coming up, everybody. 5